Hello, we're here today. Week 2 pick'ems. Week 2 pick'ems. Not that many upsets last week. Pretty good, really good week though. Really good week. A lot of good games, and we're gonna have some even better games this week. So let's get into it. First game of the week: Hartsville Hitmontops versus the Daddy Diglets. This is gonna be a good one. Let me see. So Hitmontops and the Diglets. It's a good team. Chase doesn't really have anything to stop the. I mean, he has the Sunny Day Prankster on Whimsicott, which would be good to stop the sand. So that's something Woo's got to look out for. Um, but again, Chase's team very weak to Stealth Rocks, as I abused last week. So something to look out for on both sides. But again, once his Whimsicott is dead, Excadrill just kind of runs through Chase's team. So it's gonna be a matter of, can Chase keep the Whimsicott alive, or will the Daddy Diglets just run through? If last week is anything to go off of, it's tough, because like I said in my power rankings video yesterday, Chase won against Preston, very dominant. But when he lost to me, he got Bozo checked. It was really bad. So, and he also brought some really weird sets with the one. I mean, it's not weird. Like the Iron Ball set, it's like a common set, but um, I don't know. He didn't really. He was too hyper focused on my offensive threats and not the defensive threats. So if Chase can get his priority right here, focus the right things, should be a really good match. If I were to just give a winner here, I would give it to Woo, because weather is something Chase hasn't. I mean, he dealt with it against Preston's team, but it wasn't like Preston's weather is different than Woo's, because Preston's weather is just like it's just giving a damage resistant to Scissor, and he has a lot of Pokemon with Hydration, and then he has Manaphy, which is good. But Woo's weather is different because it buffs a Dugtrio, it gives a super buff to Drill. Like, Woo's weather actually does more for him than Preston's weather. Preston's weather is more of like a utility of sorts, but Woo's weather like really buffs him up. So, um, still should be a good game. It's going to a game 3. Who do I think is winning? I really don't know. Fuck it. Let's do a coin flip. Let's do a coin flip. This flip obviously doesn't count. Alright. Heads, Chase. Tails, Woo. Alright, giving it to Woo. Giving it to Woo. It's just this sand team that Woo has is really good. It's gonna be very, very, very tough for Chase to deal with, so we're giving it to the boy. And also because the coin flip said so. Alright. Fuck. Carolina Conkelders versus me, the Philadelphia Fly Guns. Now, this team matchup here, Rain is just annoying. It's very, very annoying. But I have Infernape for the Scissor. I can do a couple things. Obviously, I don't want to get too much into it. I feel like the rain is definitely an issue, but I feel like I can work around it and I can beat it. Again, Preston had a pretty rough week last week. And if there's anything to go off, and if we're going off of last week how he played and this and everything. I feel like the rain will be definitely a hurdle for me to get over, but I think I can get over it. I think I'll be good. Um, Definitely will be a closer game than my games last week, but I don't anticipate anything too crazy. So I'm gonna give it to myself. The Arizona Ash Ketchums versus the Garchomp Shark. Um, this is the Battle of the Dragons. Um, Again, just like last week, if Zardex gets that Dragon Dance up, game's kind of just over. Um, but Gabriel's Garchomp is faster than Charizard at base speed, so that's something. Also, Altaria, Fairy type, can immune the Dragon Spam from the Charizard and is resistant to the Fire type move, so that's something. Um, this can be a really good game though. Who do I think is gonna win? Probably, mm, probably Chris, because the Regieleki and Zard really go in this game, and Gabriel doesn't really have anything for the both of them combined. But I do think this can go to a game 3, so I'm gonna do 2-1 for the boy Chris. I think he fucked up a little bit last week. He choked the game completely, and then against Tanner had a pretty rough set. But I think if he works on a little bit, gets the Regieleki and Zardex in there, should be a good game. Definitely excited to see this one. The next game up on Saturday is the last minute Linoons versus the Monroe Minans. So this matchup is a good one. Um, got some. Oh, this could be a really good one actually. The last minute Linoons went 0-2, but again, like I said in my power ranking, they were like 2 turns away from going 2-0 instead of 0-2. It was a very they could have MNAS could have definitely went 2-0 as easily as he went 0-2. Definitely a massive threat, a very threatening team here. If I'm just looking at it based off of everything here, Scarf Blacephalon or Latias looks very threatening for the Linoons. But so does Miguel Kazam, and maybe even a Scarf Zarude, maybe. So that's something to look out for. Um, Barraskewda, maybe. But yeah, the Zarude and Grimmsnarl here, really good into his team. Dark types and ghost types really just destroy Tanner's team. But Tanner, obviously, probably bringing the Minior because that loves that thing apparently. So it's gonna be a matter of can MNES stop. Sorry, I'm yawning up a storm here. Can MNES stop the Minior if Tanner decides to bring it? And um can MNES prep? This is gonna be a game of who has better prep. So I feel like Scarf Blacephalon really threatens the Linoons, but I feel like so does Scarf Zarude. So it's gonna be a good game. Who do I think is gonna win? Um, that's tough. Really tough. Um, because as weak as Tanner's team is to the dark spam of the Linoons, the Scarf Blacephalon really just goes in here. Oh, I'm doing another coin flip. Heads for Tanner, tails for Mnez. Alright, Mnez gets it. This is gonna be. I'm just gonna give this one match of the week right off rip. This is gonna be a really fucking good one. I really this is just gonna come down to prep diff. Um, yeah, it's gonna be a tough game to call right now, but it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. And then the last game on Saturday, the Breloom Bambinos versus the Queen City Quaxleys. Um, as you can see, the Bambinos, they decided to drop Roserade as one of their RU picks, and they got Cloyster. Um, it do be like that sometimes. Uh, and the Queen City Quaxleys are here. So who do I think's gonna win? I think Cloyster really goes in this game once the slow bro is dead. Um, once slow bro is dead, Cloyster kind of just wins. Maybe even the Quillfish comes just to like double down on that. Um, and for JC's side, um, Slowbro and Quillfish really do good against the Cloyster, and then Pinsir's obviously just a threat for the Victini and the Medicham. So it's gonna come down to if Cloyster can get that Shell Smash off, or will JC have the defensive measures in place to shut down the Bambino's offense. Um, this is like another match of the week scenario, bro. This is just tough. Like, I hate having to do so many coin flips, but like everyone played so good last week, and like this is just tough, bro. Like, oh my god, this is tough. We're doing another coin flip, bro. Heads for JC, tails for Tabs. It's going to Tabs. Going to Tabs. Going to Tabs. Again, this is just a really tough game to call, bro. Like they both teams are 2-0. Both teams played pretty well last week. If I had to give it to someone, it'd probably be JC because he's been playing well. I don't know. I don't know. This game between the last minute Lanoons and the mining set, and then this one, they're both like game of the week contenders. So I don't know. I don't fucking know. All right. I don't fucking know. So it's gonna be a good game. That's that. All right. Now on to the Sunday games. Hartsville Hitmontops versus Arizona Ash Ketchums. It's gonna be a good one. Again, as always, Zardex gets that Dragon Dance off, kind of game over. But Latios also gets Dragon Dance. So, it's really just whoever gets that first Dragon Dance off first kind of wins. But what Chris has is that Bisharp, so even if Chase wants to go for that Dragon Dance, Chris can just sack something and bring in Bisharp and just kind of win. So that's something. Um, and Chase can't bring that outrage set against Chris because Chris actually has a fairy type on his team. So it's gonna be a good set. Who's gonna win? I don't know. It's pretty equal, I'd say. It's team matchup and skill and team wise, it's pretty equal, I would say. Who do I give it to? Um, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I don't. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. I'll give it to Chase. I'll give it a 2-1 win for Chase. I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be a good game. It's really just gonna be who gets that Dragon Dance first wins. But yeah. Carolina Conkelders versus the Daddy Diglets. Where is this at? All right. Weather versus this can be the first This finally we're gonna see it. The weather versus weather, rain versus sand. Which is better? Um, Preston's team actually kind of goes crazy against Woo's because rain against sand, a lot of rock and ground types against a lot of water. Not good for Woo. But Woo has two of the best things to stop rain. He has a Venusaur and he has a Vaporeon with water absorb. So it's going to be very tough for Preston. He's going to have to make some predictions during the game. But it's going to come down to who can secure their weather. I think if Wu plays the game defensively until he can kill the Politoed, Wu will win. But I think if Preston can keep the offense up and kill the T-Tar, Preston wins. If I had to call this, I'd probably give it to Preston just because the water spam is just really good in Wu's team once the Vaporeon's down. And even then, he has like a Heliolisk for Thunder, so that Vaporeon's not really safe. So if I had to give this, probably give it to Preston 2-1 just because the water spam is going to be very difficult for Wu to deal with, so we'll have to see. The Philadelphia Flygons versus the Queen City Quaxleys. It's gonna be a tough game for me. I'm what's this team? Oh, okay, no one. I lost to JC both times we played last season. Again, my team was really bad into his, but that excuse is kind of weak. You know, like obviously he had a better team matchup into mine, but I could have played the sets better anyway. I played really bad, but this season my team's looking a lot better, and his team is different. So the matchup is more 50-50, I would say. Obviously, I don't want to spoil too much of what I think are threatening on his team and what he probably thinks is starting on my team to him. But I think this will be a good set. If we're going by history, JC's probably going to win this one. If we're going by team matchup, I honestly think I really have a good chance. Obviously that Chansey is a major threat to me because I got to find a way to kill it. And like his defensive core was Slowbro and Chansey's just so threatening. It's gonna be a matter of can I break through it, and can he break through me? Because we both got some pretty bulky ass teams, so it's gonna be a matter of whose walls stand taller. So if we're going based off that, probably his team, because Chansey and Slowbro are bulkier than anything on my team. So I hate to do it, but I really do think I have a good chance, and I don't want to sell myself short. But I think if we're using history as an example and everything, I think JC has a good team. I think he played well against me last season. He's the only person in the league I've lost to. So JC's just my kryptonite, man. I gotta beat him this week to prove otherwise, but hopefully I can beat him. Because JC, like I said, JC's the only person that has beat me, and he's beat me twice now. So I got to step up. I got to beat JC. That's just what it is. Hopefully I can beat him. Next game, the last minute Linoons versus the Garchomp Sharks. This is one of the few games where the Dragon Spam actually kind of goes crazy. The only fairy type the Linoons have is Rabombe, which isn't the best fairy type. And while he does have two steel types, um, Gabriel's team actually looks pretty good here. Um, Obviously the Alakazam's a threat, but a Scarf Gengar could be really crucial here because it outspeeds Gengar naturally outspeeds everything but Rabombe, it's looking like, and Alakazam. So get a Scarf on that thing. Kind of tough for the boy, but Gabriel had a really tough week 1, and while the Linoons also went 0-2, their games were a lot closer. So while I do like Gabriel's matchup, I think the Linoons definitely have the edge here. I think it's gonna be another 2-1 though. I think it's gonna be another 2-1. I think the Linoons played very well. Yeah, hopefully Gabriel can figure out what she wants to do with this team, get some things going. I think it'll be a good set. I think both teams threaten each other a lot. And then the last game of the week on Sunday, we have the Breloom Bambinos versus Monroe Minans. Here we go. Minior versus Cloister. Who shell smashes better? Let me see something. What's Minior's speed and I think it's like base 60 speed when it has the shields up. Cloister actually outspeeds if the shields are up. Maybe. Oh, I don't know. It's gonna be close. I'm not gonna look too much into it because again, not my match. I don't really care. But whoever's faster, Cloister or Minior, kind of just can win turn one. Lantern can wall the Cloister. That's really it. Once Lantern's dead, Cloister just kind of wins. So, what do? But I guess the same could be said. Because what really on. That's it. No, I think the Bambinos are winning this one. Tanner's team looks really tough. He can't do that same minior shit against the Bambinos. And, yeah, Tanner's team really struggles against Tabs. Tabs has the Cloister just runs through his team once Lantern is dead, and even if Minior gets up the Shell Smash, we got Sturdy on Fortress. You can Medicham fake out Bullet Punch, Rocky Helmets, Rough Skin on Dredagon. Like, Minior is not going to be a threat even if it does get set up, so, I mean, yeah. Minior isn't going to be a threat. And even if he sets up on something else, sets up on something else like a Scarf or Specs plus Cephalon, that could be an issue. But I don't. It's what Cephalon doesn't do anything with the Blissey there. Like I don't know. I think the Bambinos definitely have a better team matchup into Tanner, so I'm gonna give this to the Bambinos. 2-1. I think this. As much as I hate doing this, I think me and JC's match will probably be weak game of the day on Sunday. If I were to give it to someone else besides me and JC, probably be either the Hitmontops and Ash Ketchums or this set. But I think I think Tabs' team into Tanner's just so much better. It's gonna be a tough game for Tanner. He's really gonna step it up and show why he is why he's doing his thing. Um, Again, these are the predictions I have. Saturday, this is who I have winning and losing. And then I easily think the Lioneers versus the Minings can be game of the day that day. You could make an argument for Tabs versus JC as well. Honestly, Saturday has some really fucking even games. Saturday's gonna be a really fun day. And then Sunday, I think me and JC will have a game of the day. And then could argue for the Bambinos versus Minings, but I think the Tabs' team and the Tanners is very good, so we'll have to see. But that is everything. If you're mad, oh Bozo as usual. I'm gonna get out of here. Goodbye.